What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, DJ Hamilton of DJ Sports Show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you listen to audio platforms I'm on, such as Spotify, Google, Anchor, and so forth, make sure you guys leave a 5-star rating and share with anybody you know who loves sports. I'm here with the great Luis Granados.
Denied! Granados with the stop, and the rebound is cleared outside the 18, and Dino right back on it. He'll chip in towards goal.
It's a pleasure.
Manhattanville College.
What up? Nice to meet you too. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to be on the show.
I got a 2-time Skyline All-Conference selection. He's broken many Manhattanville College records, been a member of La Premiere, and so forth. The list goes on and on. So I'm honored here to have him here on the show. And thank you for coming on, taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the show.
Thank you for inviting me. Like I said, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
And I just want to say to Luis's family, I thank you guys for showing your support on Facebook. That was great. I love the love and support you guys have had for me, and muchos gracias. So thank you for that. So the first question I love to ask my guests coming on the show is, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Pasadena, California. That's born in Huntington Hospital in Pasadena and lived there my whole life. Raised as a Salvadorian background. I have a Salvadorian background in me. And just LA area. Pasadena is just outside of Los Angeles. It's in LA County, but not in LA. Everything is very close. I think it's a very neutral area, which is very dope. I like it a lot.
That's dope, man. So how would you describe growing up in Pasadena, California? How would you describe the area to those who aren't familiar with it or ever been in the city?
So when people ask me like where I'm from and I tell them Pasadena, the biggest thing that comes into my mind is the Rose Bowl, the stadium. That's where the Rose Bowl is located in Pasadena, and it hosts a lot of college football games or soccer games, and but Pasadena itself, it's like I said, it's a city right outside of LA. You have downtown LA, the beaches, where when you think of LA, you think of that. And then just right outside, 15-25 minutes away, is Pasadena. It was a little small city that a lot of, like, it's not small where everyone knows each other, but like you get familiar with the area very well and with the people around. I like it a lot. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else if I could. But yeah, so there's this like strip, and that's like, it's called Colorado, the street. It's very cool. That's basically where I would hang out all the time. A lot of stores, restaurants that we would go to all the time. Boba's a big thing in Pasadena. Pasadena is very like big for eating. Like, it's crazy how much What
are some of your favorite restaurants
in Pasadena?
Yeah,
there's a few Mexican restaurants. There's a Sophia's Mexican restaurant that their burritos are something else. But Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I don't know if you ever heard of Earth Cafe.
Oh, I never heard of that.
So it's like a big breakfast boba as well. I love it a lot. Blaze Pizza that LeBron owns. It's very good pizza. And just like In-N-Out, it's a California thing mainly. But yeah, Pasadena, very good city, and I love it there.
Man, I kind of want to visit now after all that.
You got to. You got to check it out.
Really got me into that. I was just in LA last month, so
yeah, I saw, and it looked like you had a very good time. Tell me a bit about that.
Oh yeah, so when I was in LA, I left for LA. Ironically, I left August 17th, and
that's when I came
he was coming
to New York
from California, come to New York from Manhattanville for college. And I was like, we were texting, we were both laughing about it too, and we were like, oh, I want to get you on the show, and that's how we started. It was just last month, and so California, my cousin Jason, shout out to you, man. He lives out there with his friends from college, Utica, and we had a great time. I went to Hollywood Walk of Fame. I saw Michael Jackson's star, touched it. I saw a Hollywood sign. I went to this restaurant called Castaways on the West Coast. They don't have it on the East Coast. It was delicious. I had salmon, rice, and
wow.
Oh, it was amazing. I also went to the Academy of Motion Pictures, the history of the Oscars and movies. It was a spectacle to see. Like,
that's amazing.
Never seen anything like it. It was so clean. The palm trees. I'm there having my shades on. I went to Santa Monica Beach. It was just beautiful. Like, all the pictures I saw before I went to the trip, I'm like Santa Monica Beach, like seeing people riding their bicycles, the palm trees, they're hearing the waves. I saw that in person. It was like bittersweet.
West Coast, best coast. I
Hey,
stand by that.
Yeah, and the people were like more mellow out there, like
very calm.
Yeah, very
calm people.
And the East Coast, they're more rugged, uptight,
yelling
and stuff.
at you, honking at you.
It's a whole different vibe.
Big difference.
When people ask me, "Are you from New York?" They're like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Nah, I'm a nice person, so you don't have to worry." So yeah, we know you love soccer. So, but what age did you first start playing the game of soccer, and when would you say you started to fall in love with it?
So this is a very funny story because my family is a big soccer family, and my dad has played soccer since he was like born. But I didn't like soccer like as a kid growing up. My parents always said that I would like go to the side and play with toys or blah blah blah. And so in the 5th grade, I actually joined our Learns program team just for fun. And I was always like a little overweight kid, so I didn't like running, and I still don't like running. Which explains why I'm a goalkeeper. But so yeah, I like diving around literally, like just like I like getting dirty. I like saving the ball, and so 5th grade, that's when I started playing, let's say. But that was nowhere near like anywhere like high level. It was just a rec league and stuff. So I started playing more rec leagues. I played 2 more. One called Villa Park, one called AYSO, where like it's just you play for fun. Like you don't play to compete really, and it's just to pass time. But a year later, I started playing club for a bronze team, which in California that's like the lowest tier. And then that's where everyone starts. And I wouldn't say I loved it then. Like I liked playing it. Yeah. It was like more of a hobby.
Yeah.
But then I started going with a few goalkeeper trainers, starting to like actually train with high development coaches, and you're just like, oh, like I like this, like I really do enjoy what I'm doing, and like seeing my dad support because he loves the sport so much too, like you're just like, oh, like I got this, there's a motivation behind all of this. And yeah, slowly I started to fall in love with the sport. I think me and my dad were talking about this over the summer. I think this is my 12th year of playing the sport, which
that's amazing.
It's a lot. It's a big influence in my life, and like you said, I just love it so much. It's a part of me. It's me at this point, and I love it so much.
I can hear the passion spewing right out of you as you're speaking.
Yeah, I love it. I just fucking love it so much.
So, who was the first person to put a soccer ball into your hands?
Ooh, that's a very good question. So when I started playing, my dad wanted like he doesn't know anything about the goalkeeping position. He's a field player, but he would like, I guess, just kick the ball towards me, and I just like the Rose Bowl, the stadium, there's a park near it. There's always these 2 very big trees that would be like our goal. So he would just shoot it, and I'd want to save it somehow. So yeah, him. I would say him, that he was the first person to kick the ball into my gloves.
Shout out to Luis Granados Sr. I know. Hey, I got your Madrid. I know you love Madrid. He told me pre-show.
I saw the shirt before, and I'm like, what are you wearing? I hate this team so much.
He immediately said, I'm out of here. He was joking. Yeah, shout out to you, Luis Granados Sr. You did a great job raising your son, man. Shout out to you,
sorry,
man.
I have to say this. Madrid is the most overrated team ever.
Really?
Let's keep going.
So, who are the players you model your game after growing up? It could be past or present.
Who I admire the most?
Yeah, who you model your game after?
Well, I'm gonna start with my dad. He, as a kid, always at the field every Sunday, every Saturday, Friday, and just like even if I didn't like it as a kid, but growing up and even like till now, like I love going to watch him play. Like criticizing him a lot. I like to give him a hard time, but him, he's a very big inspiration of why I'm still playing, and a big like reason why I'm at the level that I'm at now. So that's him. My family too, like my uncles, they all love the sport so much, and they always like, try to give me advice and talk to me, make fun of me or whatever. But it's like touching, to know that they care, because it's also something that they're passionate about. Professionally, Messi is a player that I've seen bounce back from hard times in his career that I feel like I've experienced as well in mine. So seeing that like my idol could do it, so I could do it in my own world and stuff like that. And then keeper, it's got to be Gianluigi Buffon. He, in my opinion, the best keeper of all time, and I try to play like him all the time. Like he's so just solid, like nothing crazy, just such a solid goalkeeper that I want to be like him.
That was inspiring to hear all that. And when you say your dad at first, I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that guy loves the sport more than I do, and I sometimes I wish I had the love he has, because it's like
same. Did he ever play professionally or anything?
He tried out when he was younger, but things just didn't work out for him. So he sees a lot that I'm doing right now, and he's like pushing me. He's trying to motivate me to do better.
Did he play college growing up or anything?
Nah, just with club when he was younger, and then he came out here, and I just plays like regular leagues and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's dope though, that he trying to push his dreams that he had and trying to give you
that's
all the advice that he had growing up, all experiences, and now look what you've done throughout your career, throughout high school and college, which we're gonna get into. So you basically answered the next question: who's been the biggest inspiration and influences throughout your soccer life and journey?
So I have to include my mom into that as well. My mom, like, she's the one who, like, when my dad is giving me a hard time or things aren't going my way in the sport, she's the one who picks me up all the time. Like I could have a very bad game, and I just know that my mom's gonna call me and say, like, you're okay, like, you know, you're good, like just pick it up in the next one. So she's always like, when I don't want to talk to people who I know are gonna talk to me about the game, instead just see me as like the person that I am, it's my mom, because she knows me the best and she knows how I'm gonna be. So you already told you about my dad, but my mom, like, is also a very big reason why, like, I kept going, because when you get into, like, the high school and the college and, like, all these opportunities for yourself, like, my mom was always on top of it. Like, this is going to be what's best for you. That's going to be best for you. You have to have all the opportunities. So a big shout out to mom.
Shout out to Mama Granados. We love you.
We love you, mom.
So I know Goalkeeper is, I always watched it growing up. I'm like, how do they know when the ball's going where at that type of speed coming at you? So what workouts did you do growing up to help keep yourself in shape and to get better? You play goalie, which requires cat-like reflexes and fearlessness. So how did you develop those reflexes, and were you always fearless with the ball coming at you full speed, or was it an obstacle you had to overcome?
Yeah, there's a running joke in my family, because I used to be scared of the ball. Oh, okay. Like, I would turn, like I would kind of shy away from coming out for the ball or catching it. So my mom would, like, there's a saying in Spanish, it goes like, cierra los ojos y aprieta el culo. So she goes like, I clench my butt and close my eyes every time a shot's coming at me. And she says that all the time. No matter, like, even if I have the best performance ever, like, she'll say that. But that the goalkeeping position, I think, is physically not as challenging as the rest of the 11 on the field, 10, but mentally it's hard. A goalkeeper has to have confidence. A goalkeeper has to be ready for anything, any adversity that comes his way. You have to save the team. There's no one that saves the keeper. The team relies on the keeper. After it gets past everyone, it's the keeper. Training wise, I grew up with my goalkeeper training coach, Ruben Messina. He is a phenomenal goalkeeper coach, and honestly, the reason that I'm at the level that I am now, he took me in when I was a little chunky kid and short, did not know anything, and developed me for years. But the training was, like, basic. There was nothing crazy about him. It was more about reps and reps and reps and reps. And he would always say, the more reps you get, the better you'll get. Goalkeeping, like, you don't need to train anything crazy. It's just more of what you actually need. The ball coming at you, you just gain experience by practicing and playing. Like, your positioning and all that stuff, you just kind of, like, I don't really think about it anymore. It just happens, which is, like, if a shot's coming at me, my hand is there.
It's muscle memory over time.
Oh,
the reps
just
and practice and hours
more
training.
of experience rather than, like, okay, I'm in this position. Oh, no, it just happens now. So that question's hard. That question's hard to answer, because you just do it now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to tell you right now, I can never be a goalkeeper. I have reflexes, reactions from playing basketball, but goalkeeper is a different level because you're isolated. Basketball, you at least have 4 other players with you to help you. A defensive end and stuff like that.
Like, especially, I'm a big guy. I'm very tall, so, like, the low shots are very complicated. But for some reason, like, I'm good at it. Like, I've developed a game where I could kind of cheat it, because people go, oh, he's tall, so shoot low. But a kick save or just getting down low quick, like, I think I'm not bad at it, especially for my height.
You probably worked on your flexibility through the years.
Yeah, and I'm not flexible at all, which is the funnier thing, but it's something that, like, you need as a goalkeeper. And, like, stretching and all that stuff is actually very, I hate to do it. That's the funnier thing that I
the opposite. When I was younger, I always stretched.
I hate stretching. I hate warming up and stretch, but I have to do it. Part of the sport. But that's something that you need, no matter what. If
minimize the risk of injury.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you played at Marshall Fundamental Middle School. What was it like playing for them, and how did they help better your game for the high school level?
So Marshall's like a middle school and high school. But so the high school team was the high school team. So middle school, we were champions my 7th grade, I believe. I didn't complete the season in 8th grade because of club and stuff, but 7th grade we were champions. That was fun. That was more of like also like just being with my friends from school and enjoying time, because the serious like part of my soccer life during that time was with the club. But during Marshall, like just being able to play with my friends and the coaching staff there that are, you know, teachers or part of the school, and you just enjoy because you have people come out, they're watching you, and winning the championship too. I mean, winning a championship is always fun.
Always bittersweet.
So yep. That was more of like let me take a deep breath and actually just enjoy this rather than a pressured moment and like all that stuff. So it was fun. I really loved that experience so much.
Oh, that's dope, man. I love to hear that. So eventually, after middle school, you went to St.Francis High School in La Canada, California. So playing JV your freshman year, I see you guys went 4-4 overall. How was that experience like for you, and what did you learn before eventually getting pulled up to play varsity your sophomore year?
Yeah, JV was fun. St. Francis is a very good soccer program. So the coaches wanted me to get some sort of playing time, so they put me on JV, which was fine. We didn't do great in the league. The league we play in is also very difficult. There's some of the best teams in the country. But like I said, the experience that I gained throughout that time, and just playing under like when you're playing for your school, it's almost like a country. You're playing for your country. It's like there's more passion to win. But that year, like it was a very good team, but just a harder league. So like it was very hard. But I was just more excited to jump up to varsity very fast.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So prior to your first varsity season, your sophomore year, what workouts were you doing to prepare for a higher level of competition?
So one thing about my game that I needed to develop was being more aggressive, like off my line, which means that like a ball in the air, I got to come out and punch it, yell keeper, it's my ball. And the coach had told me that. He's like, in order to play varsity soccer, there's a lot of balls directly into the box. So you, especially with my height, he's like, you have to master this. So a lot of reps of crosses into the box, throw-ins, like just training that, especially because like the diving and all that stuff I kind of had down already. It was more of just adding more of an arsenal to my game, and that was one thing that I needed to really work on heading into my first varsity year.
So so after that, all the training and stuff, you go into your first varsity year as a sophomore, where you guys go 12-10-2 overall and 6-5-1 in league play, good for 4th in the Mission League. You ended up losing to Sunny Hill 5-1 in the playoffs. What do you remember most from your first varsity season, and how tough was that playoff loss for you and your team?
That was one of the most fun seasons I've ever played in my life. I played, so me, my two other friends, we were sophomores. So, you know, on the younger side, there weren't any freshmen on the team. So we were the youngest on the team. And I played a lot. I played significant minutes. And the senior goalie, he was a captain, and I thought, I was like, oh, of course I'm not going to play like senior captain, but they put me in a lot of games. They put me in some pressured games. But like I said, it was so fun because like it was just so enjoyable. Like I can't even like describe why it was, like playing with one of my best friends. And it was funny because we would mess around sometimes in the games. Like he'd say a joke and I'd laugh and all this stuff. And we gotta, like, he's a very dirty player, so he would get like lots of yellow cards, and I just like laugh. I'm like, what are you doing? That loss to Sunny Hills was tough. They were good. I think they went on to almost win the whole thing that year. Not to put excuses out, but we weren't used to a grass field, and they just like ran through us. They just were really good, and
they were ready.
They were one of the top seeds in the division at the time, and we just like they were just better. It's one of those where you're just like they're the better team.
Give it to them.
I don't think we should have lost 5-1. Yeah, but they were the better team. It was fun. That season was very fun to play, and like all part of the sport. The experience that I gained from that season, playing against a very good competition, and then moving on to when I'm finally gonna be my turn to start.
Oh yeah. So now you have a year of experience of varsity under your belt, heading to your junior year. So now that you had that experience, did you work out any differently compared to years prior, now that you knew what to expect at the varsity level?
Yeah. So club was, when you're not playing high school, you're playing club. So a lot of games throughout the club season, and we played in a very tough league for club ECNL. And some of the teams that are like, because ECNL is like there's different areas. So our area is the West Coast. So we played teams from Oregon, played teams from Washington, Arizona, and you like some of the teams we played. Like I remember the rankings. I think 4 of them that were in our league were the top 10 teams in the country. So like we're playing very high level players who went on to play pro or D1. Wow. And I feel like that experience of playing against those players pushed me for my varsity season, my junior year, which that was a good season. That we did very well, qualified for the playoffs, and that was fun. That club, those months of club soccer really did like a lot for me to gain more experience for the varsity season.
Yeah. So your junior season now, you guys finished 3rd in the Mission League, and you guys eventually made the playoffs. You lost in the first round to Newbury Park, which we talked about before the podcast. So what happened there?
That was a crazy loss. So it's funny, we played Newbury Park our first game of that season in the preseason match, and they beat us off a last-minute goal. Literally, like the scoreboard was like 10, 9, 8, and they scored. So we lost 1-0, and we were, of course, upset. So then we played throughout the league, got 3rd in the Mission League, which is very good because the top 2 teams are very, very good. But when we heard that we drew Newbury Park, I was excited. I'm like, this is the rematch that we want. And that game was crazy. Like, it was very intense. They had a very big crowd. 0-0 first half. I had a lot of action. The other keeper had a lot of action. It was very tight. My boy that I told you, when we were one of my best friends, he had headed the ball in, and they cleared it like on the line. Like, not like it was in, but the guy, I guess the ref didn't see it. So we're all like celebrating the goal, and then they just didn't call it. So that started like everything, and we're like, what is going on? With like 2 minutes left. Like, it was
the adrenaline was crazy.
Yeah, like the game, like the pressure was there. But this is like one of the most like idiotic ways I've ever lost a game. They put in a cross. It like goes through my center back, then it goes through like my legs, then my defender clears it, and then it hits like some guy's Achilles, and then the guy does a bicycle kick. Oh. And I dive and I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Like, the play was very dumb. And there was 2 minutes left. And then, of course, they won with that goal. And I was just I was, of course, hurting. But, like, I remember looking at the play and watching the film. I'm like, how did we end up losing to this team? Like, and
that's
like that twice. In the last seconds of the game, it wasn't even like they beat us 3-0. Like, both times we played them, they beat us in the last second. And but they were a good team. They were a good team, and we played well. It was very unlucky that the goal didn't get called, but you can't control the ref.
Yeah. Sometimes you need good luck. Hey, sometimes you need good luck, ladies
or
and
a good referee.
Yeah. So what was the feeling like in the locker room after that game? Like I know you guys had to be heartbroken.
We were sad. I was mainly sad for the seniors because it was their last run, and I knew I had another year in me. So I mainly just felt bad for them, but was just very upset about like the goal, like that we lost like that. It's like if they beat us off some crazy goal and some well-earned goal, then all right, you got to give respect. But we lost by silly mistakes, and like that was more what hurt. Like, because we didn't lose like in the final, we lost the first round, so it was like okay. Like we were expected to do great anyways. So. Yeah, it was just more of how we lost more than the actual loss.
And that's chaotic.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Off a bicycle kick?
Like, I don't know how. Like, I'm telling you, like, this kid. Like,
do you remember the kid's name or?
Nah, he just did it, and like, of course, he celebrated like crazy. Like, the whole.
He was like probably like the hometown hero.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And it was a long bus ride home, like an hour and a half. It was just bad overall. But a fun season. Fun season.
I know that was a fun experience playing at Newbury Park.
Oh yeah,
that crowd.
I love playing away games. Like for some reason, I'm a big target. Like everyone likes clowning me for some reason. And
you're tall.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like I always love away games because being able to just like talk back to the crowd or
feeds your motivation more.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It releases that Mamba mentality.
It was just fun. Like I like when people start talking smack or behind the goal, like I like talking to them. Like it's just
Get in their heads.
it's so funny. It's
That's
just
hilarious.
It's part of the game.
I can really see. He's like, oh, I can't wait to go play another game right now. So you're now a senior heading into your third year of varsity soccer. So you're now looked upon as one of the veterans or leaders of the team. How did you approach that going into your senior year? Were you nervous at first, or did you embrace the challenge of being one of the leaders?
Yeah, so I was a captain junior year, and then of course captain again senior year. So the pressure of doing well was there, but not only just because of that, because of recruiting, thinking about college, and just my last season as a St.Francis player. Like I love the coach, I love the team, and like the pressure was there, but. We started off really well that year. We won a tournament that the team had struggled to win for years. We beat teams that we struggled to beat for years. The league was tough. I think like I don't think it's written down or like on a record anywhere, but I had 15 penalties on me that year, and I saved 11, which is like a crazy stat as a keeper. That they only scored 4 penalties out of 15. So yeah, individually I did really good that year. I won Mission League Goalie of the Year, first team, all Mission League, all that stuff. So it was very, very fun to play that year and captain the team to at least a title. We won a title under me, under coaching, and just bringing something like a little silverware to the program really felt great.
That's dope, man. So as a senior, you guys went 11-7-4 overall. You guys were good that year. 4th in Mission League. You ended up losing the playoffs that year in a double overtime defeat of 2-0 to Palos Verdes Estates. How tough was that for you and your fellow seniors after the game, knowing that was your last hurrah?
If Newbury Park was crazy, this was even crazier.
Oh, man.
We went to PV. Very good. Beautiful school, by the way. Like, I don't hate them. But the way the game played out, you understand why. Like, I have a little hatred. But their camp is beautiful. They were, I think, the number 3 seed, and we traveled. It's like 2 hours away, and I was nervous heading into the game because one of these is one of my last games as a St. Francis player ever, and that was. So we started off 0-0 first half, a lot of action, a big crowd, like one of the biggest crowds I've played under. And these guys like looked up everything about me. Like they knew like my whole life. They would say like all these names, and then like
that's like and you're doing this as a high school kid. You're like 17,
like,
18
I'm like,
years
what
old.
the hell is going on? But no, they like did their research on me.
You're trying to get in your head.
And then I also wore like an all yellow outfit, so I just stood out even more.
Yellow. You're gonna stand out.
So first half 0-0, good half, very intense. Second half, we score. We go up a goal. Yeah. And then there was like they started adding pressure, of course, to try to tie. And then one play, the ball bounced. So the football field goal, the ball bounced off the top of there and went back. So it was in play. So I came out sliding, and I like annihilated a kid, like very bad. Like it was a very bad tackle from my end.
Yeah.
So he like, I guess I clipped his knee or whatever, and he like on the ground kicked me. So I started doing what every soccer player does. Hey, ref. And then my boy, the same boy, grabbed the soccer ball and he launched it at the kid's head.
Oh my God.
A brawl just completely went crazy. And then I ended up getting a red. They never said why. I'm assuming for the tackle, because it was a bad tackle. And then the kid who threw the ball. So then they put in the backup keeper, and it was just like they got like 5 red cards, we got like 3, and then the game was just chaotic. Like the crowd started just singing the na 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 na, the na when I got a red. Like that, I was like, what is going on? And then they scored off a sudden death goal, so a golden goal. If they score, when you go to overtime here, if you score, you win.
Yep.
So they scored the goal, and it was heartbreaking. It was sad all around because it was my last year, my last game. I got a red, and we could have beat that team, but it was fun. Like I don't regret anything. And just that story is always gonna stick with me in my last high school game ever. It was crazy. And
first a bicycle kick that game, and then your friend throwing the ball.
Yeah, it's like it was very chaotic and crazy. But it's like I said, it's a story that we laugh about now, and like years from now when I go back, Like I actually worked the camp there this past summer, and they were like laughing about it because they're like, "Oh, what happened your last game?" And I explained it all, and they respect me a lot there, which I really love about St. Francis. Like the goalie this year was like, "Oh, I've heard a lot about you, like very good stuff," and like the coach is amazing. I still have contact with him today. He's a guy that always, knew that I could be better, supported me, got on me, and he's just great all around. So St. Francis was. I wouldn't change anything. The soccer team, the school, the teachers, the counselors, everything. There is such a perfect school.
Love hearing that. Love hearing that passion for the school. You're one of their own, man. You made them proud. You definitely have made them proud.
Yeah, they I try to go back as much as I can, and they all like always very welcoming to me. So it's good.
So you told me you won a title in high school, right? Your junior? Was that your
Burroughs
junior?
Championship? Yes.
Yeah. What was that like?
A good feeling. Just like I said, bringing silverware to somewhere that I belong, to the school, to my parents, to the crowd, to the coach, to the team. Everything was just it's always good to win a championship. The feeling is always there, but like something about like the school like just made it more
special.
Yeah. And it was fun. It was that championship was crazy too. We were down the whole game, and like the last second of the 2 minutes left, we tie. Then in overtime, we scored 2 goals and just killed the team.
Game over. Yeah.
And their crowd had cowbells and drums, and we were just shushing them.
Like Dallas Cowboys in NFL.
So that was a fun game too. One of the, my favorite games ever.
Oh, that's dope, man. I love to hear it. I'm glad you won a title in high school.
Thank you.
Put all that work in. Yeah. So, speaking of your high school career, man, you had one hell of a soccer career in high school. Here are your accomplishments, because I was doing some research, me. 4-time member of the Mission League first team selection. Named your team's MVP as a junior. Named one of the top 100 players in the state. And Mission League Goalkeeper of the Year as a senior. All CIF Division II first team selection. Southwest All-Area first team. And you were called up to the national team 3 times. When you hear that laundry list of accomplishments, does that make you proud of all the work you put in over the years to achieve the things you have?
Yeah. I thank God first, because, I always pray to stay injury free. Yep. You can't pray for success, as much as you want to, you got to pray for the path, a good path to it.
Yep.
And I thank God for it. But I'm very proud of how far I've come. And I don't that's nowhere near the best of me either. So it's there is a lot of things that I could have done different that could have made me a better player, but I think that motivated me too to keep going, because the accolades, for other players that's it. And for me, it's this is just another step. And but I looking back at it now that high school's career is over, it's one of the things that will stick with me are those awards, and mainly just because I try to do it for the team, I try to do it for the coach. I'm not a big guy of I want every accolade ever. It's I want to perform good for my team, and if I perform good, then everything will come. And that's what that feels like. It's I did the best I could for my team, and they know that, the coaches know that. Everything that came after that, those are just so good to have, all the titles, the plaque, and all that, just to show my kids or show later the future generations, hey,
I did this.
This is me. This is me playing. This is my success. So
you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Never satisfied, never complacent, always striving for more. Always love to hear that, man.
Thank you.
Mama mentality. That's what we love over here. So name some of the best high school players you played with and against.
This include club in high school or just
all of it?
Oh
yeah.
Wow, this is crazy.
So
some of the best.
Some crazy talent.
I'm gonna skip some names, so I'm sorry if I skip your name. I just can't think of the top of my head. But the best I played with, let's see, Avo Cabadayan, Carlos Montserrat, Ethan Gould, Brady McNulty, Max Wiedemann, Ty Mallett, Cole Bender, Michael Gallegos, teammates of mine that are good. I know I'm missing a lot of you guys, but you guys know where you guys stand in my heart. But against this list is crazy. There's this kid named Grayson Duty, UCLA player, D1 kid, scored 3 goals on me. Like,
Oh, wow.
if a goalie concedes a hat trick, like, you got to give that kid respect.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I forget this kid's name. I know his last name was Smith Hasty. Also a player that was very tough to play against. Would shoot from anywhere and would always score somehow. There are teams that I've played against, Beach FC, that like you just see these players. Like, I don't know their names. I really like was mad most of the time because we were losing. But those players I have a lot of respect for. A lot of trash talking between me and them.
Oh, yeah.
But it's part of the game, and at the end, like, I got to give them the respect. But yeah, those players that I mentioned, very phenomenal players. Players that fuck. Sorry, excuse my language.
You're good. Yeah,
They're
you're allowed to do that.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't want any other teammates. Like, they're special. So yeah, those players. I know, like I said, I'm missing a lot. So if you didn't hear your name, don't take it personally.
Hey, that's a great list. Hey, shout out to all you guys, man. You guys are killers out there. Love to see that here, man. Love to see that.
Yeah.
So now, after a storied high school career, it's now time to choose a college. So what colleges were recruiting you, and were you most interested in at the time? And what were you looking for in a university?
Yeah, the whole college recruiting process was good. Was good overall. The club that I played for, LA Premier, really helped with putting me out there. A few D1 schools, a few D3 schools, the D2 school from Colorado, but a lot of things happened throughout like my career and like my choices. But the main thing was COVID. Yeah. COVID was like the biggest role of my decision. And Manhattanville was I came on a visit. That's where I'm currently playing at right now. I came on a visit. The team was great, phenomenal, and they sold it to me when I was here. And then plus, they're one of the few schools that were going to open and train and have school. So I wanted to have a college experience.
Yeah,
I wanted to play because that's what I love doing, and also like go to school. And even though like it wasn't like perfect like how it is now, it was something. At least I was in a dorm. Could meet my teammates. I could do all this stuff. But yeah, so that's like that was the COVID just played a big role in a lot of decisions, and that was one of them too.
Yeah, COVID affected a lot of people.
Yeah,
good or bad, good and bad. It either made you or break you.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're now heading into college sports, which is a whole nother level from high school. What workouts were you doing to help prepare yourself that summer?
Yeah, so the COVID year was the summer that was leading into my first season because it really wasn't a season. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough to train, to be motivated to train, especially like I made a big mistake in thinking that we weren't going to go to school because I forgot what had happened. And like, I remember them saying like, oh, maybe we'll just be online, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, then I'll be okay. I don't need to train, blah, blah, blah. I would do stuff with my dad, like go out, shoot around, but I didn't really like focus, which reflected a lot on my physical aspect of my sport, my mental aspect of the sport, heading into the first year. But, I feel like I'm a player that I could quickly rise above adversity that I put on myself. So, once we figured out that we're playing, I did everything I could, everything possible to try to go as best I could to my first year.
That's dope, man. So the COVID-19 pandemic impacted your freshman year of college, like you stated, and to just 2 games with the rest being canceled. How did the pandemic impact you mentally? And also, like you said, physically overall, because you showed me some of the pictures before. I was like, wait, you look like that?
Yeah, I came in weighing 250, which is not good at all.
You don't look 250 now.
I came in 250, not really like focused because of everything happening. Like everything, I just felt like sucked. Training with mask and like not really being able to be part of a team. But like I said, one of the biggest reasons why I chose Manhattanville was because they were going to open. So just having the like opportunity to go touch a ball, go to the field, go practice, go run, make a save, whatever, was good. Like because everyone that had to go through it, we're very grateful for that we were able to at least do something. But COVID had a big play in a lot. Like I said, wasn't really motivated. Was just going through the motions and no season, no games. You're just like practicing and you're like, oh, why am I practicing? Like if there's nothing. But at the same time, you're like, there's other schools in the country that are not even open.
Yeah.
Like there's other players that are not doing anything and you're getting better. Yeah. So that's it was like 50-50. A lot of moments where you're like, oh, this sucks, but a lot of moments where like, okay, I gotta lock in.
I'll be grateful because a lot of schools were closed at that time.
Yeah.
A lot of schools.
I know a lot of friends that were supposed to go play and they just ended up quitting soccer because they didn't nothing open for them. So like it was like it was just destined for me to come to Manhattanville, like just with everything that had happened that year at least.
I'm glad everything worked out for you, man.
Thank you.
So your first 2 seasons that you got to play, you guys go 12-5-2 overall in your first season, 10-0-1 in conference play in 2021-22. And then your second season, you guys go 9-5-4 overall and 7-1-3 in conference play. You guys did really good.
Yeah, we're good. We're a good team. Very good players, very good recruiting, very good coaching. I'm proud of the guys. I love every single one of them. And we have very good in conference. The conference is a difficult league to play in. There's a lot of good teams, and the out of conference games as well. We play some of the best teams in the country, and so that record, I feel like is really good for the competition that we have and for the standard that we set for ourselves.
Yeah, you guys actually made the Skyline Conference Finals your sophomore year against Mount St. Vincent, but lost 0-2. And then last year, you guys lost to Yeshiva University in the semifinals. How tough were those losses for you as a team and you personally?
Yeah,
especially the conference finals one. That had to be.
We'll focus on the final. The final is one of the most heartbreaking losses I've ever had in my life, if not the worst. It was my first year. We had a phenomenal season throughout the regular league games, and then won a big semifinal. And you just went into the final thinking like, oh, it has to be ours. It has to be ours, and everything but nothing went our way. But the moment like they scored the second goal, like my mindset was like, this sucks. Like there's really nothing more we could do. We did our best, but yeah, it overall like it took me months to rewatch that final. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to think about soccer for a while, or that game, because it just the pain of that loss was crazy, because everything that we have been through with COVID, all the seniors, a big senior class that year, and then just to lose like that was because it felt like such a long season and such a great season, and then it just felt like it all went to waste in one game. Yeah. 90 minutes just completely ruined everything, and that was like I said, very heartbreaking final. A final that I regret some plays. I regret till this moment, like things that I did, and that's why hopefully this year is the second chance. I get a second chance at it.
That's dope, man. Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, man. That's what life's all about, learning from your mistakes. Yep. So despite those gut-wrenching losses, you have quite a laundry list of accomplishments, man. Just like in high school, but college, man. Skyline All-Conference first team in 2021. All-Conference second team in 2022. You have the Manhattanville single-season goals against average record of 55% against you, which is incredible, in 2021. You also have the Manhattanville single-season save percentage record of 88.5% in 2021, the same season. ECAC D3 Metro Goalkeeper of the Month in October 2021. Skyline Rookie of the Week in October 11, 2021, and October 25th, 2021. Skyline Defensive Player of the Week multiple times. He had 9 shutouts in net in 2021, fourth most in program history, to go along with 69 total saves and a career-high 12 stops in your season debut against Amherst your sophomore year. And you have continued your dominance your junior year with 62 saves and 6 shutouts in 2022, which was third in the conference. Do you ever sit back and reflect back on all you've accomplished thus far throughout your career, or has it not marinated yet for you?
So first, I got to thank my teammates. The team has been phenomenal in front of me and has put me in a position to be great. But yeah, looking back at those those accomplishments, I think that the hard work that I've put and that the team has put, it has reflected. And the thing with me now is like I am very proud of those accomplishments, and those accomplishments will remain with me forever. And seeing that, of course, makes a player, makes a goalkeeper especially feel good about himself. But now it's like,
you want to win.
I want that trophy. I like all that for me. It's not that it's gonna go to waste, but it's kind of gonna like, not that it's nothing, but I want the title to just solidify everything. The title is what I want, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to make it to that point, but I believe we could. I believe we have the players. We have all 33 of us, or 34, however many we are. I believe that we're gonna do it. I think we can, but like of course, I'm always gonna look at those and be proud of everything that myself and the team have done.
No, I like that, man. I got it like that. You have a lot. You're a prestigious man. All these accomplishments, man. These awards, like wow.
Appreciate it.
I know your desk at home is like, oh man, I've done this. Oh, wow. I know you gotta look back sometimes, and be like, man, I really done all this, man.
Yeah,
really.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. My dad always says this thing that like when I was a kid or born, like apparently the first thing my dad had said was, this kid is going to be a striker.
Ooh.
It's the first thing he said when I was born. Wow. And like, I joke with him all the time, of course, that I'm the best player in the family, or that he is, or blah, blah, blah. But just like those accomplishments are more for like him and my mom and the people who have supported me. Like, with the support that I get, with the advice, with the criticism from friends and family, especially my parents, of course, like I really like hope that those awards, they look at it and they feel special, like their son, what they want from me, what the best, like, all parents want what's best. So I hope that those accomplishments, that's what they're doing, like for them at least.
Yeah, I love to hear that, man. Love to hear that. You also played for the La Premier Soccer Club as well from 2018 to 2020. Describe what that experience was like for you, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, so like I had mentioned earlier, we played in a very, very tough league. But our team was really, really good, and we had a very good coach. Shout out Coach Lima and Coach Fabian. You two, phenomenal.
Shout out you guys, man.
They will probably listen to this. But yeah, our team was good. It was fun. It was just fun to play. Like that's what soccer's all about, to have fun. And playing with those teams, we weren't the greatest, we weren't the worst, but we played, we competed, and it was just so much fun. We traveled a lot. We were a travel team, went to Vegas, Arizona, Oklahoma, played in all these tournaments that like played against some of the best teams in the country. So like,
that's amazing.
It was just so fun to play and be able to experience, play 3 times a weekend. Like, that's what I want, I want to be playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, met some of my best friends on that team too, and so that like the teams were just phenomenal, like the teams we would play. So we weren't too hard on ourselves in the league. We were, like I said, we weren't the greatest, but like we would want to compete against these teams that we know players are going to go to play at a higher level. So we're like, let's beat these guys. So
that's great. That's great. You did it in high school before going into college. So you were like really like.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was fun to play those few years with the club. I love them a lot. And they're changed now. They're LA Surf now. They changed the name completely. So very good for them and good for their expansion.
You also play for California Soccer Club too, right?
Yeah, this was this past summer. Wow, they're a growing club. The team is phenomenal. Like this is probably one of the best teams I've ever played for, and playing in a current league. They're about to start playoffs right now. Unfortunately, I'm gonna miss them because of course I'm playing here at college. But they're good, and they gave me a spot on their roster. They they brought me in, took good care of me, and played high-level soccer, got some very massive wins with them. They have smaller teams now, like youth teams, and they're trying to grow. They're really trying to grow as a club, which I love to see, and I'd love to play for them again. Shout out to Cali, Coach Will, Sam, all those guys who are investing and doing their best to try to promote soccer in Pasadena. And because they're trying to like start a league for kids and adults, like they're just trying to promote the game in our area, which I absolutely love about. Like it's like, this is where I grew up, and everyone, there's a lot of talent. You gotta show off this talent, and that's what they're trying to do. And the team itself is amazing. Like I said, a lot of great players.
Yeah. So last question before we get into quick hitters. So right now you're in your senior season, you say, phrase it. So you guys just got a big win the other week. How do you think that win's going to help you guys continue to propel into the season?
Yeah, we got a very big win the other day, our first win of the year. We have had a lot of hard tests this year.
Yeah.
But we're not focused on the win column. We're focused on winning the championship.
Yep.
And if that means that we're not going to get the greatest results early, but hitting our peak and stride at the end and where it mostly matters, that's what matters to us. But like that win was huge. We needed goals. We got 4, just opened the net, and it was a good win. Everyone's happy with the 3 points, but no one's satisfied. We need to keep going. That win means nothing at the end of the day. Like if we reach the playoffs and if we lose, like we just gotta keep on moving,
keep building that momentum,
and we have a big game. We're away for the next 4 or 5 games, and those are games that are huge too. That are going to be big for us.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck, man.
Thank you.
I believe in you. I believe in all you guys. Manhattanville College, EJ Sports believes in you.
Thank you.
So, quick hitters now. You ready? So, what would you say was the biggest pivot moment of your life, good or bad, that has brought you along with the journey you are on now, or been on and are going?
Ooh, wow. I would say COVID. There was a point in my life where I did want to quit. And that was just because I was starting to lose love for the sport, and there was a lot of things going on outside, and like I remember it's getting very personal here. I was talking to my mom especially. I couldn't really tell this to my dad until later, but I was like, I am very close, especially like the whole transitioning into college. Like, am I really going to want to take this sport like seriously to the next level, or do I just call it a quit here and maybe play for fun? And I remember my mom was like, no. She goes, like, all the money, all the talent that you have, it's just gonna go to waste for no reason. Like, why would you want to quit? Like, why? And she was like, my mom, like I said, is the one who always usually just picks me up and like is very sweet. My dad is a harder guy, but she just like she was like, no, like very upset. And that kind of was like, she's right. Like they have done everything for me, and I got to respond. I got to do it. I got to do it for them. So that was tough. That whole, let's say 2-3 months of deciding what I was gonna do, and then going to my visit to Manhattanville really changed a lot for me. So yeah, that was the biggest pivot of
your life.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. What motivates you or keeps that fire burning inside you every day?
Ooh. There's a lot I could answer, but I'm gonna say family. I have 3 sisters, 1 brother, nephews, nieces. They are very funny people.
You gonna be Uncle Lou's on camera?
Yeah, they're gonna see the little guy. He's 2 years old. Lucas.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Luis Granados. So he has the LG just like me and my dad.
Okay.
I love the kid. But just for example, my sister, she's 16. And just for her to see my success and to try to motivate herself to be good for herself too, and try to make our parents proud. My older sister, she always tells me how proud she is of me, and a big shout out to her, because she's like a second parent. I could talk to her whenever there's some things you don't trust your parents with that you gotta talk to her about. I go to her. Then my older sister, she's very always trying to make me laugh. and she's just like funny all around. She always invites me to her house to eat. And so yeah, 2 older sisters, 1 younger sister. Okay. My brother, he's in El Salvador, so I've never talked to him really, but and yeah, so family is a big reason why I just keep going.
Yeah, man, I love it. Man, I love to hear that, man. I hope you guys are all. I'm loving this, man.
They're good. This. They're very phenomenal. Like I said, I love them all, and I wouldn't be the guy I am without them.
Respect, man. Favorite hobbies outside of soccer?
Ooh, see that question is tough. Yeah. Like whenever I get this question, it's hard to answer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be funny. It's gonna make a lot of people laugh. I worked as a camp counselor at a horse barn.
Ooh.
And like I hate the job, but the people I work with are phenomenal. They're so funny. They're all horse riders.
Ooh, okay.
And for some reason, like I don't know if it's a hobby or not, but just being there with them, like, has made my summer the past 2 years. Like every person I've met, they're so nice to me. I don't know anything about horses, and yet they take me in like
me either.
Like
my older brother's dad, Jack. He bets on horse riding. Like he knows it.
Yeah, it's crazy, and like I admire what they do so much. Like it's crazy to see that sport. Like because when you think about sports, you don't think about horse riding.
No.
But then I see them, and the respect that I have gained for them is crazy. And then they put me on horses, and it's hard. Like there's some things that I can't do with my legs that they do so naturally, and like their core, like it's actually amazing. Like that sport, like I have so much respect for it. Yeah. I want to say it's a hobby, but other than that, video games, I love Fortnite. Fortnite is my game. Clash Royale, my phone. Oh, I love it so much. Going out, I love going out, having a good time with my friends. I like, let's see. Yeah, going out, trying new foods. I love eating food. And like I would eat anything. Mm-hmm. The other day tried some Korean food. It was insane. So yeah, those are a few things that I love doing on the side.
I'm dead.
But that's a hard question to answer because
I know you're so locked.
It's crazy because my personality is like soccer, and like everything else around is like not much of a big deal. But when I'm asked, I'm like, oh, I really got to think about this.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
So speaking of food, favorite pre-game meal?
I'm just gonna go through my routine because this is what I eat. I don't have a favorite, but morning. So let's say it's a game day. We have morning breakfast, of course. I usually grab a bowl of cereal and fruit. Simple. I like to keep it light, nothing crazy. My pregame meal is always a peanut butter jelly sandwich and grapes.
Ooh,
the sugar. I need the sugar to keep me energized. And then an hour and a half before a game, a Cliff Bar and a Gatorade.
Okay.
And then after that, dinner, post-game dinner, whatever. I have to have that. Like it's. I think it's more of a mental thing now than like
the ritual.
Yeah, it's like I need to eat it like this. Any type of cereal, any type of fruit. It's just I need to have some sort of variety of it.
Yeah. Too bad I can't have peanut butter. I'm allergic to it.
I love peanut butter is like I could eat it straight from the jar.
Oh,
I love it so much.
Isn't it dry without the jelly though?
It is, but just I don't know, something about it is just so delicious. Like I like it so much.
Oh, that's funny, man. No, that's good. It's good protein though.
Oh, it depends. You can't have too much of it.
Yeah, too much. Too much. Anything's not good.
I love peanut butter. That's one of my favorite things ever.
Top 5 music artists of all time.
My list?
Yeah, your list.
Wow. See, here's another question I got to think about.
Doesn't have to be in order either.
Wow. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the band. Guns N' Roses. Love them. Yeah, they're good. ABBA.
Ooh. Yep. Dancing Queen.
Banger. Guns N' Roses, ABBA. I like Prince Royce.
Okay.
A Spanish guy. Rapper. It's gonna get tough here. I'm a big Travis Scott. Ooh. I like Travis Scott a lot. And Drake. I think those 5 are what I listen to the most. Actually, take out Prince Royce and put in Enrique Iglesias.
Ooh, I've never heard of him before.
But he's from Spain. He's one of my dad's favorite artists, but his music, like I could listen to it all day. Those are very weird choices, I know. Not ideal, but like you put any ABBA song and I'll go crazy.
You got a different variety.
I love it so much.
I like that.
And Guns N' Roses is
Yeah.
just, they produce such good music.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
Nah, that's dope. I'm surprised you don't
love
like that. You like Bad Bunny?
I do, but it's not like he's not in the top 5. Like I really like some of his music, and I think he's a great artist, but not top 5. Not in my top 5 at least. Top 10 maybe.
Music artists you like to listen to before a game?
Oh, so I have like a collection of songs. This is very weird too. It's gonna be weird, and you're gonna laugh. Adele.
Ooh.
It just Adele calms me down so much. Adele, ABBA. There's this new song that came out. I'm not sure if it's new now, but it's Cupid by like some. I love that song so much, and I listen to that. 21 Savage.
Yep.
I listen to him, and yeah. I think those are the main people I try to hit when I'm listening.
Nice variety again. Diversity
yeah,
over here. We
weird.
love it, man. Love
it's
it.
strange. I know it's strange. People ask me, what?
Hey, makes you who you are.
Yeah,
Unique.
exactly.
Top 5 soccer players of all time and your GOAT pick.
Everyone who knows me, they already know my number 1 pick. Like, if you don't know this, I don't want you to be my friend, you know? Like, it's got to be the GOAT, World Cup winner 2022, Lionel Messi. Best player of all time, no doubt.
No doubt.
Second, Cristiano Ronaldo. I respect the guy. I don't think he's a better player than Messi, but he's up there. Third, Diego Maradona.
Yeah.
Fourth, Brazilian Ronaldo. And fifth, Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Oh.
Yeah. Those players are just phenomenal. And a lot of people are going to argue Pele or say Pele.
Yeah, I was one of those people before the show.
I think Pele's a legend, and I respect him so much, but he was ahead of his time, but I don't think as a player he's as good as these 5. I think these 5 are much better than him.
Okay.
So that's what I'm
gotta respect
kind
that
of
opinion.
basing it off of.
What are your goals in life and your career?
Oh, it's a very tough question. That always changes, of course, with every year that goes by. Right now, I'm doing my last year of college. I have 1 more year of eligibility. Hinting at it, wouldn't mind playing somewhere else. I love Manhattanville. My 4 years though are done. I no matter COVID year or whatever, I completed my 4 years. So I want to change it. Maybe go back home to California and play and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind trying to get a tryout for the Salvadorian national team at one point.
Hey, why not?
Maybe play USL. Maybe play overseas. Like it's like it's all over the place. I think it's gonna be very like chaotic moments in my life for my soccer career, but we'll see. I mean, I know I'm gonna play for at least 2-3 more years for sure, like competitively. After that, who knows?
Yeah, I can't wait to see the journey, man.
Thanks, bro.
If there was one guest you could see on the show, either visually or listen to them on an audio interview, who would it be? But you have to help me get your answer on the show.
So I play a guy that I want to hear on the show. That's what you're asking me. I would want to see a guy who has earned my respect. This guy, a Sunday League legend with me. Gonna have to go with Brady McNulty.
Brady McNulty.
McNulty.
Hey Brady, I just requested to follow you on Facebook, so hope you see this, man.
Yeah, you gotta come out here, Brady. Hey, you're in New York. You're not that far.
If someone were to describe Luis Granados, what would they say?
Tall. No. Caring. That's a tough one too to ask. I care about all my friends, all my family, and maybe in some occasions I don't show it, but I think that everyone knows that they have a special place in my heart, and I'll do anything for them. If I'm going based off what my mom would say, a good young man, just a guy who wants to enjoy his life and also be serious about, the serious aspect of his life. But yeah, that's tough to, I don't really like, it's not like, I'm not trying to be all humble or anything. It's just more like, I don't like answering questions about myself a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'd rather have like what people say.
Yeah.
like than myself, because who knows, maybe I could be lying or
I know you feel like.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And the last question to close out the show. I love asking this question because it catches my guests off guard. They're like, man, that's a great question. When people think of the name Luis Granados, what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh, yeah, it's a question. There's a quote by one of the best goalkeepers of all time, Iker Casillas, that goes like I don't want people to remember me as a phenomenal keeper. I want them to remember me as a good person. So to like kind of full circle of all your questions, like St.Francis, when I go back, like they don't see me as a goalkeeper. They see me as who I am. Yeah. And I know a lot of teachers and my coach and guys there that know me. They know my experiences and they respect me for who I am, which is what I want to be like. That's how I want to be remembered. Like when I go back, the name of soccer, blah blah blah. But like when I see everyone, like I want them to be excited to see me, not because of what I did, but because of who I am. And same for Manhattanville. When I'm done, like I want the school to remember me as like a good person, just a good person, and I feel like they do. I feel like I'm loved there. I feel loved, and I think they're all great. But so that quote is what sticks with me, especially coming from one of the best players in my position to ever exist. So that quote is really good.
Love to hear that, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great experience with Luis Granados over here, man.
Yeah, I can say a few shout outs real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout outs. Shout out to mom and dad. I know you guys will be watching. Very eager to see this. I love you guys a lot. My sisters, Lucas, Paulette, Tina, Stefan, Eduardo, Tio Giovanni, Angie, Chris Chow. I love that guy, Chris Chow. I hope you're gonna watch this too. All my friends, all my horse people friends. You guys know who you are. All my friends from school. I hope you guys enjoy it and see this other side of me, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me. It's I really love what you're doing, and guys, give this guy a follow. Come on, like he's been putting in a lot of work, and based off what he's told me, he's gonna go big. So make sure give him the support. I'm gonna give him my support, and so thank you for having me on the show. I really enjoyed it.
Oh man, that's really hit me right there, man. I really appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me. I like I said, I really loved doing this. It was fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the show. It's been your host, DJ Hamilton. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. If you listen on audio platforms, whether it's Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you leave a 5-star rating and share with anybody you know who loves sports. And don't forget to check out the website, djsportshow.com, where I do articles on all things sports. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Good friend, Lamont Edwards. Nice to welcome you, brother. Who I've known since 7th grade, 2012. Running into his life and basketball journey. How you doing today, Lamont?